community, and welcome to this OpenHackDay SriLanka 2020. So today we will be celebrating this competition called Hack. Okay, that's cool because I have to make sure one thing because yesterday after I got this speaker flyer, I have updated it on my WhatsApp status, and one of my friend asked like, "Can you hack a Facebook?" So this is not a hacking competition, or we are not here to hack. Is there anyone who came here to hack Facebook or any of your friends' mobile? All right. Okay. Let's get started then. So this is the topic that I'm going to cover today: Git and GitHub as a version controller. So when it comes to open source, GitHub is there, right? Definitely. And you have to be familiar with these tools to start it with your open source contribution. So this session is going to be a beginner friendly. So it will cover everyone. So before going to the session, let me introduce myself again. I'm Safnaj, and I'm a final year undergraduate at SLIT. I'm the fifth campus expert from Sri Lanka, and currently I'm leading the Streetforce community there, and also I'm working as a trainee software engineer at Virtusa. And here you can see my social links. If you want to get connected with me, you can ping me anytime. So let me remind you the hashtags for today's event. So since it's an online event, whether you are putting an Insta story or tweeting about this event, make sure to use these hashtags and let others know that there is an amazing event going on Sri Lanka. So you can take a snap of this. That's also fine. Then who are we? You could see that in our speaker profiles, they have mentioned like a campus expert. Actually, what is campus expert and who are we? So we are a group of 6 people who have been selected for this amazing program called GitHub Campus Experts. And we formed a community a couple of years ago called GitHub Community Sri Lanka to organize these kind of events and to help students. So currently we are the 6 campus expert, and we encourage you everyone to apply for this program and get selected. So you can see our social links and make sure to follow us on any platform that you prefer. So what is Hacktoberfest and why? Can anyone answer to this? I am not going to do a lecture today. So if you answer to me and if I have questions, it will be more interactive, right?
I think it's promote open source softwares or that open source platform for.
Yes, exactly. So Hacktoberfest is a month-long celebration of open source developers where they get some swags and gifts for their contributions during this October. And the main goal of this competition is to encourage students and developers to contribute to the open source project. So this competition was initiated by DigitalOcean, and every year they are partner up with some other companies and continue this event for the 5th time, I guess. So this time it's organized by DigitalOcean and Intel with Dev. So you have to navigate to this website to register yourself for the competition. So once you go to this site, you could see that there's a beautiful T-shirt on their homepage, and the caption is like support an open source and pick a limited edition T-shirt. So what is mean by limited edition here? Can anyone answer? Come on.
It's limited. I mean, uh, it's custom.
Yeah. What
Customizes.
exactly is this is not for all the contributors who are contributing to any projects during the month of October. It is based on the first come first serves, and the first 70,000 people who are contributing and making a valid pull request will get the T-shirts.
Uh-huh.
But and is that all for a T-shirt? Is that
I
all for a
think
T-shirt?
no.
Then
to contribute.
Yeah, it's about to it's like awareness about open source projects and open source contributions, right? So this is the quote I believe: open source, open doors. Because once you started to contribute to open source projects, you will get a lot of advantages and knowledge, and lot of it's opens a lot of doors for you. So I felt this once I started to contribute to open source projects, and I still keep contributing. And let's see what are the benefits of being an open source contributor. So first thing is you expand your skill set. Definitely, once you are a beginner, you will be familiar with this Git and GitHub. So while you continue further, you will hear about a lot of technologies, a lot of tools, and definitely your skills will be improved. And it is good for your career, right? So when it's come to industry, and like let's say you are applying for an internship program, and you have mentioned that you are familiar with this version controlling and GitHub stuff, definitely your profile will be highlighted there, because most of the students who are coming to the internship, they don't awareness about these technologies. And in my company, they have been using like a tool called SVN for version controlling, and they was migrating to Git. So I did the Git session in our office to the senior developers. So as an intern, it's a honor for me, right? And you will start building a network. So once you start to contribute to others projects, you will get a lot of connections, you will get a lot of people to communicate. So a couple of weeks ago, I figured out a bug in the latest Flutter framework for iOS 14. So I have created an issue in Flutter framework. So one of the Flutter staff assisted me, and we had communicated. So now he is like my friend. So these kind of opportunities also there, and you will learn new things that you never knew before. So in my story, there's a technology called Java FX. So I learned that from GitHub repositories, not from the YouTube channels or Udemy. So I just went through some repositories, one of the repo from Chamod, and I saw the how it's structured and what are the methods, how it's organized, and that's how I learned it. And job opportunities. A lot of people get confused on this point. So it is free and open source. How we get job opportunities? So there is a person, for example, for this is Aminko from Angular team Google. He was started to contribute on Angular framework from the Angular JS journey, and he keep contributed. And when it comes to Angular 4, he got hired by Google. Now he's a Google employee. And your contribution will impact thousands of people. So when it comes to IT, it's all about help each other, right? So your contributions will impact and will help a lot of people out there. Let's take a VLC media player for example. It is open sourced, so a lot of people contributed there. More than 7,000 8,000 contributors are there. So a lot of people work together and to produce this much of powerful tool for you. And what you need to do for this Hacktoberfest, you have to go to this hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com and register for the Hacktoberfest competition with your GitHub profile, and you have to make 4 pull requests between October 1st and 31st. So this is the meme that I found in Facebook yesterday. It was created by Sajidharan. You may probably know him. In 90s, Bill Gates said that people will do amazing things after 30 years. And in 2020, people like Chamod adding some name in random README files to win a t-shirt. So this won't work this time because it is different, right? It is 2020. Everything is weird in this year, right? So I love memes and I enjoy memes every day. So I have created this meme. You can understand the rules of this competition from this meme. So if you are just a README file contributor, this year this will happen to you by the team GitHub and team DigitalOcean. Because I was a same kind of contributor when I was in first year. I did some I added my name in someone's README files and send a PR. So this time it won't work, and the request, your pull request that you are sending, it should be approved from the author. He have to apply the Hacktoberfest accepted label, else your PR won't get counted for this competition. So keep it in mind, and start contributing to some valid contributions to other projects. And if you want more swags, by participating this Hacktoberfest, you will get the T-shirt and couple of stickers. So that's all they are offering for you. That is not a prize. That's exactly a motivation to contribute in upcoming years and other months. So if you want more swags, you can go to this site and let me show you. Okay, this is the site, and you can see they have categorized from A to Z. And let's say if you are contributing to Upright, the rules is 1 plus merge pull records. You have to your valid pull requests to their repositories, and you will get stickers, magnets, buttons, and lot of swags. And there are a lot of repository out there for this year Hacktoberfest. Make sure if you are good at their technologies, make sure to read their readme files and documentation. Then only you can contribute to these working products. So take a screenshot of this website URL. And last year I saw a tweet from an Indian guy. He got like a bunch of swags for this Hacktoberfest, more than 10 to 12 t-shirts and a lot of stickers. So give a try. And to start your open source contribution journey, you must familiar with these version control systems. So let's see what is version control system. So version control system is that records changes to a live or set of files over time so that you can recall a specific versions later. It is the definition that I found in Google. Is it understandable? It is a bit complex for me as well. So one of my mate, Dilum, made a simple statement for this definition of VCS, a full local history of changes made, right? Now you can understand, I guess. Whatever the changes you made to the source code, it will be get recorded. It will be detected by the powerful version control system tools. So why we use version control system? So history. This is the first important point when it comes to version control system, because as a developer we used to make some mistakes, right? One day it will work, one day if someone else modify the code and it won't work. So if you want to go back to the particular working version, what you can do, one option, you can perform undo operation, but how many times you can undo? If it is a JetBrains product, you can do undo more than 500 times, but it won't work, right? Still. So by using VCS, you can go back to any particular version, any particular working version, by applying these best practices. And you can monitor who worked on what, and no one can say excuse, I didn't make this change, I didn't put this comment. No one can say these kind of excuses. So you can exactly see who worked on what and when. Everything will be there. And the second important point is backup. So as a students, we used to say some lies to our when it comes to our final presentation, right? My hard disk got crashed, my PC got repaired. It is acceptable if it is an academic project, but when it's come to industry, you can't say these kind of excuses. Your company will fire you. So by using VCS, your entire project will be always kept in a backup. So whatever happened to your PC or whatever happened to your friend's PC doesn't matter. Your project will be safe. And the third point is collaboration. So how do you guys do your group projects? You can answer in the chat box as well. Or you can answer.
The meeting report GitHub.
Okay, any others? Guys, you have to speak, right? Since it is an online event, I don't know whether you guys are there or not. So you can put whatever in the chat box. Even you can scold me if I'm boring.
I think what Safraj want is who has experience at final fold, final.final.1.
Yeah. Exactly.
And also Google Drive.
Another option. So when I was first year, we had to do a group project of 4 members. So we were good at that technology, and we have completed that project in just 4 days, and it took more than a week to integrate the project. At the end, the group leader has to suffer. You guys will be giving your source code in a pen drive or share via an email, but at the end, the leader has to suffer day before the presentation, right? That's how it works. That's how I did when I was in first year. So by using version control system, you can work on multiple developers can work on a single project without any issues. So there are three types of version control system, and let's see what are those. The first VCS is local VCS. So the major drawback of this version control system is it runs fully locally. You can't collaborate with other developers, but you have your source code history. You can go back. That is fine, but you can't. You are not be able to work with other developers here. So then the centralized VCS system came. Here you have the main server for your repository hosting. It is centralized, but you won't have the history in your local PCs. Everything will be stored, your repo and your, so along with the source code history, it will be stored in the main server. So we can't even believe the server as well. So if the server got crashed, your project will be on your PC, but you will lose your entire source code history. That is the major disadvantage of the centralized VCS. And then finally, the distributed version control system came to this picture, and it has like a main server repository and a local repository. So whatever happens to the main server or whatever happened to your local PC, it doesn't matter. Your project will be safe, and you don't need to be connected to the internet all the time. You only need the internet connectivity to do the push and pull operations. So let's see what is Git. So people get confused when it's come to Git and GitHub. They may think like Git is a subdivision of GitHub. It's not. So Git is a distributed version control system, and it's a tool. It's a tool where you need to install on your PC. So I hope you guys have installed this tool on your PC, and it is very powerful to track your source code modifications and store it as snapshots. And it is lightweight and very fast, and as well as it is open source. It is capable of handle every project to small to very large projects with very speed and efficiency. So these are the three stages of Git. So one is working directory, your local PC, then staging area like your local repository, and the main repository, server repository. So once you work on your local folder, you have to stage your changes before you upload or push to the main server. And let me explain you how Git and GitHub works. So there are two developers who are going to work on a single project. So the project is initiated in a remote repository. So both developers get cloned the project in their PC. So once they started working, and once they finish their feature developed, and the developer A is pushing that changes to the main repository, and the developer B can fetch the latest update from the developer A. And this is the main topic in Git branches. It is very useful when it comes to multiple developers project. So branching means simply a diverging from the main line and continue to work separately without messing the main line. It is similar to the real world branch that we have example in from trees. So understand it's like simply a folder within a repository contains commits. And once you create a new branch, it will get copied from the main master branch, and it will be separated from the main line. So you can use branches for a particular feature development or testing purpose. And in this picture, you could understand more about Git branches. Let's say I started a project, and by default it will be in master. So you have to develop a feature called, let's say, a login feature. So you are getting a copy from the master branch and create a new feature. And once your feature is done, you can merge that with the master. So your master branch will be safe until someone's review your request and I merge with that. So that's how the branches in Git are working. So the process in Git are very simple. So once you initiated the repository or once you get cloned the repository from the GitHub, there are just 3 steps to go. First, you have to add your changes and then commit. Commit is like a simple message what you have done on this particular change and just push to the main server. So let's see what is GitHub. Give me a sec. So GitHub is a online platform where you can host the repositories along with the corresponding Git history. So it's not a tool, it's an online platform like similar to G Drive, but it is even powerful to detect your um, programming languages, and you can do a code reviews here. GitHub lets you and others work together on the same projects. So he's the guy collaborating the other developers on a single project. And it was acquired by Microsoft in 2018 for 7.5 billion. So now it is a Microsoft product. How many of you don't know about this? Maybe. And GitHub hosts over 100 million repositories on today's date. And it is the #1 developer platform on the planet. Since there are a lot of repository hosting providers available, GitHub is being the king among them. After the acquisition of Microsoft, it becomes even more powerful. Like the number of developers got increased to 14 plus million users and more than 100 million repositories hosted on this platform. And you could see that these kind of very famous tools and technologies are built on top of GitHub. So GitHub is not only a repository hosting provider. I see GitHub as an ecosystem of developers. So static web hosting. So can someone say what is the name of the static web hosting service from GitHub? Can someone say? Are you guys are there?
There are some answers in the chat.
Chat box. Sorry, I mean
Git Pages, is it?
GitHub Pages. Yes, exactly. So you can host your static websites in GitHub Pages. Let's say it could be your documentation, your project documentation, or how to contribute instruction readme file. So you can host. There are some set of rules for that, but you can if you take like Angular documentation or React documentation, it is deployed on GitHub Pages, and you can do project management there. So you don't need to use Trello or Jira boards. I used to do GitHub for project management. You can just simply create issues and you can assign a developer for that. You can have a to-do in progress and done charts, and you can manage your project easily there. And this is a new feature that almost 1 month ago GitHub started this container image hosting. So now you can host your Docker images in GitHub as well. Previously Docker Hub was there. Now GitHub supports container as well. And package registry management. So if you are a node developer or npm package publisher, you can easily manage your registry there. And GitHub Actions for CI/CD. So can someone say what is stand for CI/CD? Am I getting answers in the chat box? Come on. Yeah, continuous integration. And CD stands for? Yeah, exactly. Dilshan. So GitHub introduced this feature last year. So now you can deploy your applications from GitHub and to the cloud providers. It will be automatically built. So let's say you are having an Angular application, you have to build and deploy it to the cloud, let's say AWS or Azure. Now you can start writing a GitHub Actions for that. So once you merge your project, it will be start automatically building and it will be deployed to your preferred cloud provider. And the final point is testing and security. So it's like you can write testing scripts here as well. and you can use third-party libraries for this. And security, let's say if you are working on a project and your dependencies got outdated, GitHub will be automatically suggest you to update your dependencies. It will be automatically send you the pull request to your project. So these are the main terms when it's come to GitHub: push, pull, fork, pull request, issues, code reviews, and actions. We will be see this in action in our demo. So any questions, guys, so far? You can unmute and ask, or you can even ask from the chat box. Any questions? Am I that much of clear, or you guys are expert? Okay, then
You have question in the chat.
can you explain more about those projects? Which projects does it? Yeah, what we have to do. Yes, we will be definitely show this in our demo time. Chamod will be doing the demo. So yeah, your demo is waiting for you. So any other questions? What happen if there is a merge conflict? So you have to resolve the conflicts manually. So that's also will be covered in the demo time. So conflicts happens when multiple developers working on the same line of code or same files. So you have to resolve those conflicts manually. Any other questions? I hope no. So thank you guys for inviting me, and you can find me in any social media platforms using this handle. And let's see all these things in action. And Chamod, I am over to you. And sorry for this gift.
Chamod, you are on mute.
Hi. Hope you can hear me now.
Yes, audible.
First, I want to tell my connection is, I cannot trust my connection. It's very slow now. Got raining. Hope you can see my screen as well.
Yes, Ramad, we can say.
Yeah. Today I'm going to show you the hands-on things about Git and GitHub. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Samod, and I'm a GitHub campus expert, and also I'm a Microsoft Learn Expert ambassador. And also apart from that, I'm a part of these Amazon tech communities. So Safraj already told that when we are working with Git, we need to set up it before we use it. So you need to install application called Git. It's a very lightweight application. So do that. I will share a link. Go to this URL and Once you visit the URL, you can see page like this. In here, there is another link called Git for all platforms. So you need to go to this URL and you can download the Git application from here. I have already installed it. So once you have installed it, you need to configure Git application. So to configure your Git, open Git Bash because I'm using macOS. So let me open the terminal and do the configuration. As you can see in the this cheat sheet, you need to execute this line. Before that, go to the github.com and create a new account. Let's say I have already created the account. So in here, I just pasted this command, and in here I need to enter my username. My GitHub username is this, and then I need to do the next configuration. That's the setting up the Git email. Now all configurations are done. So as Aknak told earlier, project is by default project is not a repository. We need to initialize the project into a Git repository. To do that, we need to have a project part. So let me create a project. I just created a folder and name it as a OpenHack 2020. And here you need to open this folder in Git Bash or terminal. So to make a project into a Git repository, you need to run this command, which is called git init. Let me run this. Once it's executed, this Git application create a folder called .git inside of this folder. Now let me create a file in here. or using terminal. I just created a file called example. It's empty file. So now we need to create a commit. Safnat already explained about commits. Commits means basically in Git system, each system can take snapshot of our code, and to create a snapshot, we need to run git add command. So in here, I can enter file name or dot. If I enter dot, git CLI will take all the files inside this folder. So now we have created a snapshot, but it's not saved. So save it. You need to commit it with the message. Git commit. You need to specify the commit message there. Say I'm gonna put message name as a initial commit. Now we have one commit in our Git repository, a local repository. So when it comes to Git repository, there are two repositories, local and remote. Local means it's in our computer, but remote means it's in somewhere else, somewhere in cloud. Basically GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket. So now let's create a remote repository in GitHub. Go to github.com and click this plus icon and click on this new repository button. And here you need to enter repository name. I'm gonna name it as a OpenHack 2020, and just create it. So now you need to link these two repositories, because local repository doesn't know about the this remote repository. So to do that, you need to run another command, and the remote name and the URL. You can remote URL from here and copy it from here. No. So now local repository, where above is remote repository. Now we need to update our remote repository as well, because this example file is not in here. So do that. We need to push our changes into the remote repository. So let me run git push, and you have to pass -u flag and the origin and the branch. So let me refresh the page. Okay, now you can see example TXT file in our remote repository as well. So Safna talk about Git with team collaboration. So you can add your other project members to this repository as well. To do that, go to setting and manage access. And invite someone. In here you need to enter your collaborators GitHub username or their email. Let me add Safnaj. Safnaj, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen and accept the request I sent to you and run it and do a change?
Yeah, sure. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So once your friend invited you to a project, you will be getting an email from him, and you have to accept from here. So accept invitation. So now I am a collaborator of this project. So we two can directly push and do pull here. So I'm going to clone this project to my PC. So to clone, you have to get the URL of the project here. Make sure it is HTTPS. If it is SSH, you have to do different kind of cloning. So I have copied this link and wait. We go to one folder. I have to use this git clone command and paste this URL. So now I got the copy of this repo that Chamath created to my PC. So OpenHackDay 2020. Let me add another file. Let me add this HTML. So now if I perform git status command, it will show what I have added newly. So here you can see like home.html file. So this is the file I have added on top of this Chamath commits. So now I have to do the same, repeat the same things that Chamath did. Git add all and git commit a message like soft nodes commit. Now git push.
In this time,
Yeah,
you don't need to provide the -u flag.
yeah. So it's done 100%. Okay. Now you can.
You have minimized the browser.
Oh, wait. Okay. Now if you go to this repo and refresh it, the file is there, right? Home.html. This is the file that I have added. You can see this my commit message and the time when I made this change. So this is how you can work with multiple developers. And Chamath will continue how you can contribute to someone's else projects. So I'm over to you, Chamath.
Thank you, Safra. So Safra has made a new change in OpenHackDay repository. Let me refresh the page. But local repositories doesn't know about this, so we need to take these changes as well. So to get these changes, I have to execute git pull command. Actually push for the upload the things and pull for the getting things, download changes. So hope you can see home HTML in my file explorer as well. Now let's see how to contribute to open source repository. That means someone else repository which we don't have access to it. So yeah, there is a thing GitHub thing called forks. Uh, when you forking a repository, it's create a copy of a repository in uh, in in your profile. So do a fork. First, you have to go to the repository and click on this fork button. Let me show the example. Safnat, what is your username? Yeah,
Oh, sorry, Safnaj, capital S.
okay, okay. Okay. Now I am in Safnaj GitHub profile. So I need to find a repository to fork. Uh, let's say this. Let's say I want to do a change in this repository. So to fork it, go to top right corner, click on fork button, and it will ask where to fork. So I'm going to choose my profile. Now you can see this repository is under my name. So now I can do anything without affecting Safnaj code. So Let me do a change in README file. Okay, I change simple H to capital H and write the commit message. So now I can send a pull request to Safna. That means after we done editing our fork, we can ask the code owner to merge it. In here, go to pull request, click on new pull request button, and in here, this indicate it's going to merge from my repository to Safnaj one, and click on create pull request button, and here you can describe your changes as well, and then you need to click on create pull request button. Okay. Now Safnaj can merge it. Safnaj, can you show it?
Yeah, okay. Let me share my screen. So can you stop presenting?
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, you can hear.
Okay.
I see
So
your screen.
I have to go to that repository which he forked. So I have two pull requests here. So let me go to this pull request. So 1 minute ago by Shehanka, this readme updated. So here I can see what changes he have made, and even I can review it. Like
Safnaj, do a review.
yeah, this is how you can do code review. You can drag this plus
Also,
line. Yeah,
Safna, small interruption. Like if you can go back to Chamod's pull request,
yeah,
one step before you come
yeah,
here. Yeah. So normally when we like if you are in organization or somewhere, you have to put a PR description. Like can you show that part? No description provided. There you can put what this PR contains, what this PR is adding to the. Normally every organization has a kind of a template. Since we are here doing a small demo, so we didn't add that. So those kind of best practices you can follow up with more articles and stuff. Or when you join organization or when you join a open source organization, you can see those kind of things as well.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, Safna.
Yeah, so I can review what changes he made to my repo, and I can leave some comments. So if I have any modification request, I can even ask him from here. So this is the changes that he made. The red line refers that what he removed, and green what he have added. So I can drag this plus line, and I can add a comment here. So good job, and a single comment. So here I can request more changes, so I can approve it. So let me approve this. Thanks for this, and I'm leaving this message for him. And I approve his pull request. Now I have to merge this. So this time the Hacktoberfest is yeah.
Add the labels as well.
Yeah, as I said before when I am presenting, this year the Hacktoberfest is something different. The PR that you are making to the repository, it should be approved by the author. So I have to add a label called Hacktoberfest accepted. So you can see here at the label point, and I have already created this Hacktoberfest accepted PR label for this project. So you can create new label by navigating to this. So since I already have that label, let me add that label to him so he can get the t-shirt. So Hacktoberfest accepted.
Thanks.
Now you can see that I am added this Hacktoberfest accepted label. So let me merge this, and from merge,
Actually, this is how you can hack the Hacktoberfest.
yeah. So now his commit is merged to my main project. So if I go to my project and see the readme file, it is updated. This is the changes he done. So this is how you have to contribute to someone else's projects. So if you like any project, see whether they have any issues. So I had an issue. One guy from abroad, he made this PR. I haven't reviewed it. So but I added this Hacktoberfest label. So I had to review this, and I will merge this soon. So anything else, guys?
Hope you can see my screen again. Going back to slide.
There is one question in
So
chat.
this time, the company where I'm working now, it's all what? Can we edit the label? Actually, repo owner can edit the label, but as an outside collaborator, uh, as a contributor, you cannot do it.
But Samud, when they make the PR, if they have any
Oh,
suggestions, they can make the label. They can make a new label.
yeah.
Yeah. But they can't edit the existing label. They can't change existing label.
Yeah, and one more question. What happens if we have merged PRs from authors without the Hacktoberfest accepted label? So your PR won't count for this Hacktoberfest competition. To win a T-shirt, you have to have a valid 4 pull request. So without this label, your pull request not get counted for this competition. I hope you're clear. And yeah, another question: can we request it from the owner? Yeah, once you made the pull request, you can leave a comment there. Make these labels for my Hacktoberfest competition, like then probably he will edit the label for you.
I have one more question to raise. All of the demonstrations are done in on iOS, Mac OS. So, what if the user is using the Windows machine? What tool they need to use?
They
Below,
need
can
to
you answer?
use Git Bash. Dilume, can you answer?
Yeah, I guess now the Windows PowerShell is supporting it, no? Like even the, you mean, Isuru, what is your exact question?
Yeah.
I didn't get.
Yeah, the Mac OS users, they can use the terminal and they can install Git on it. But
Yes.
Windows users, they need to use another something else,
Yes.
the third-party software
Yes,
tool.
it's like this. When you're setting up in Windows, there's a specific screen saying you want to install Git Bash. So Git Bash is kind of a we will call it like a clone from the terminal, which supports more Git features. Even though you can install Git Bash, also the normal terminal, not the terminal, the command prompt supports Git. So you can simply fire Git commands in command prompt as well. But if you need more flexibility, you can use something like PowerShell, because now Windows has something called PowerShell. It has more feature Windows terminal, because like if I just quickly share my screen, can I give a minute, Samod?
Yeah,
Can I?
okay.
Okay. If I present my screen, you can see this present now entire screen. I love. Okay. So what I meant by saying that some of the Linux features are available in this. So if we, you all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you all see my terminal? Is it visible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Can see, right? Yes. So something like this. If I type git, let's say git commit, sometimes this, as I remember, the Windows command prompt does not complete like this. Like when I type COMM and I can enter tab and it completes the commit keyword. And likewise, those kind of support are there in the normal terminal when it comes to Mac OS and Linux. But earlier Windows did not have those. So now I think, as I remember, the PowerShell now has got a updated. PowerShell and the terminal both got an update from Windows. Now they support those kind of features as well. So you can use either command prompt, PowerShell, or else when you are installing Git in that particular setup guide, there's a place to put your tick for the Git bash. Isuru, you got your answer, or like anything
Yeah. Yeah.
else need to be?
Yeah. That is what I was expecting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any questions, guys? Likewise, like, do you want to know what are the, like? Let's share something. If you are using macOS or Linux, try this as well, because you are going to the software industry. Not you all can see my screen, right? A quick go to, if you are using Linux or macOS, you can install something called
Oh my
my
SH.
ISDSH, which is a, yes, which is a open source tool which makes sure like you don't miss the commit. Let's say you don't remember git commit. Likewise, I showed you. You type git co and press a tab, and it will complete the command. Give me a minute because I'm on hotspot due to power cut, so maybe that's why it's slow. Okay, just search on. Is it
Diluma, can you put the link
okay?
in the
This one.
chat?
Yes, I'll drop the link in the chat. So this is a very good terminal supporting and terminal based tool. This is available to install on. You don't have to think about this curl and VJet and all that. You just copy this line and paste on your Linux terminal or the Mac OS terminal, and it will support. It support those languages when you work on those languages. It's not only for Git. If you are on Java, it will complete the Java commands, and if you are on Python, it will complete the Python's commands likewise. So here's the link. Let me drop the link. Yes, up to some more than substance. Thanks for that.
There's a questions in the chat.
You did.
If the owner fails to add the
If
label,
owner fails to,
yeah. Carry on, Dilo.
yes, the labels can be added anytime. So once you add the labels, it will show that you have added a new label. Like it's like when you create a PR or when you create a issue, like from your side, it's you are creating a PR. So it's like when you change the PR heading or the title, PR description, it will be visible for the authors. Like it's like a kind of a thread. You have made a contribution, and now this is the current state. So just to show you. I'll try to show you a very complete PR before we end the session. So up to Samod, then Safnaz. I'll try to find one and show.
Okay. Let me share the screen again. Okay, this time platform also participating in the Hacktoberfest. You can complete platformer challenges, and winners sucks from platformer and the Hacktoberfest as well. So all you have to do is
Samod, what are we getting?
I will tell it later.
So guys, it's easy. Platformer is a Sri Lankan company, and Samod is there to represent Platformer. So you can go ahead and catch up Samod if you did not receive SAGs.
Yeah. Okay. In here you can see repositories with Hacktoberfest tag, and you have to fork these repositories and to do the challenge and make a pull request. And want to contribute more. Uh, Also, you can visit our GitHub Community Sri Lanka uh, organization. Into the platform organization URL. And in here, there are few repositories with Hacktoberfest tag. You can fork it and do a pull request. Let's, as an example, let's take this.
Hello, Chamod. Are you sharing your screen?
Okay. Sorry, you mean can't you see my screen?
Yeah, but on I was seeing one slide only. You were demonstrating something, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let me stop and share it again. Okay.
Yeah. Now we can see.
No. Okay.
Cool.
I will drop the URL again. GitHub Community Sri Lanka URL. Go to this organization for one repository and do a change, do changes and make a pull request. And have you ever heard about Octocats? Can someone answer?
This one.
No.
Okay, Dilum, can you explain what is
It is
Octocat?
a hybrid version of octopus and cat.
Anyone? Anyone who can explain Octocat? We'll be giving we will try to give this kind of a statue.
No, I don't know.
Sorry?
The answer was no.
From?
I don't know. I heard a sound.
Uh, it's me. It's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's Muhammad Mubarak.
Yes, yes, I can see his unmute mic. So, Samad, go ahead. Like, we are waiting for you.
Okay. Sorry, sir. We are going to challenge you. create your own AutoCAD and post it in social media by tagging us, and don't forget to include event hashtags as well. So actually, AutoCAD is this is a one of AutoCAD. Uh, and you can create your own one from getting started.
Yes, we have 100 people in the call, so you create 100 your own version of AutoCAD from here. Make sure that you copy the URL of the site and share it with the hashtag that Sapna showed. If you have, we'll drop. Sapna, if you can drop the hashtag in the chat, that would be great. So,
Yeah, sure.
customize your own version and share it with GitHub and AutoCAD hashtags as well with the OpenHackDay hashtags alone. So if I can present
And
the
also,
screen, Chamod, for a second. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay.
So I can show you that
You can
PR. PR that I was telling you about. So let's say this is a PR that I made to specific organization, Image Lab. So this you can see this PR is already merged, and if you go through here, this is what I told you as a description. We can in the PR we can have a description what we are doing and what are the changes that we are trying to contribute, what we are trying to push to the code base. So we can have a small description about that, and most of the organization have some kind of a structure for this PR template. So this is the template that Image Lab particular project follows. So you can see whether it's breaking the if your contribution breaks another feature, then you can pick, and you can pick what is relevant for your contribution, and you can have a kind of a screenshot to show what is your current status. And when you when you have when you have a couple of commits, it will be listed like this, showing what you have contributed. Like make sure that you have proper commits because and proper commit description as well, because if you click on this particular commit, you can see the commit also commit itself says this particular commit contains this kind of a particular part, this kind of contribution. So it's easy for the authors or the reviewers from the other end or the organization to see what is happening. And this is see, I have changed the title of this PR. Earlier it was this, and you can see the 5 lines. You can see now the new title is updated. It's a fully descriptive kind of a text. You can see what your contribution is. When you work forward, you can see like my mentor has dropped a message saying there are some issues in the formatting, so fix it and send it back. Send another PR or like the same PR. So likewise, you can see all the discussions happen related to this particular piece of contribution. So other than that, someone asked me like whether we can add labels later. So you can see, right, if you press on labels, even now itself you can add labels. So it's not an issue, but like in a particular organization, there are code of conducts, there are rules and regulations that you have to follow. So when you have those stuff, you have to read it carefully, because most of the open source organizations have some kind of regulation. So you can't go and put awesome. You can't go and create awesome labels like awesome, I am a pro, like those kind of unnecessary, not relevant labels. But if there's a relevant label, most of the organization, like most of the times, it has labels. They have already created the label, so you can find out the relevant labels and have them. Also from here, you can assign, if you, let's say, if my organization has allocated a couple of mentors or a couple of authors for this particular project. Once you click on this, you can see who are the people, who are the available reviewers who can accept these kind of contributions. So if you want to send them a message, hey, look, I have made a contribution, please have a look. So you can tag or assign one of them to review or to accept your things. Likewise, you can have the projects. You have the projects, so and milestones relevant to the project. If we have set up any milestones, like we will be achieving the front end by February, so you can have a milestone created, front end milestone 1 M1, front end by FEB. So you can tag that as well. So if any issues are linked, that means basically here you can see issues. So let's say now I have a issue like this. If I click on this, I have issue saying this. So I am trying to contribute to this particular issue. Once I contributed to it, and once I put the PR, if that issue is related to this particular PR, you can link it like. So I think that now we all clear about the what do you call?
Dilumaya, we can't see your screen.
Yeah, now I stopped sharing the screen. Earlier it was visible, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay, I stopped. So yeah, that's about the pull request. It's kind of a chat, and it's kind of a thread which shows you what you have done to the authors of the organization or the maintainers of the project. Yeah, Samod, up to you.
Okay. Any questions?
Okay, Chamo, then shall I share my screen and give a more info about our repositories?
Before that, let me wrap up my session.
Okay.
Okay, that's all, folks. Thank you. You can find me at this channel, or you can visit my website. Thank you. Safrad, you can.
Let's share my screen.
So guys, please raise your questions, because only couple of questions we can see in the thread, because if you go to an international event or international what do you call this kind of online session, they will ask so many questions, because they don't have that, like අපිට තියෙනවනේ අර නිකන් අහනවාද නැද්ද මේක chat එකේ දාන්නද. It's not like that you just unmute the mic, you ask it. It's not a problem. Language is not a problem anymore. Like even if you are familiar with Sinhala or English, it doesn't matter. If you can communicate your question to the other person, that's what really matters. Because like for us also, it's boring. Like we are speaking to a screen without getting any response from you all. So try to break that. Because we can, like, every time when we speak, we all of us tell that, because like we have conducted sessions for international audiences as well. So like it's more interactive than this. So try to break that thing. That would be a good starting point for you all right now. At least ask Isuwaye මොකක්ද ඔයාගේ වයස? සප්නාත් අයියෝ at least those kind of things you can ask if you do not tell us even after the session.
Yeah, we know, guys. You might think, okay, my question is not up to the standard. It might be a stupid question.
Yeah.
So don't think like that. Just shoot it.
Now it's easier because it's online. We can't see your face. It's just the email address. You can be Mubarak, you can be Avishka, you can be Hansi. We don't know who's Hansi. We have a lot of Hansis in the society, right? So it doesn't matter to shoot the question.
Okay, while you drop the questions in the chat box, let me explain more about our repositories available in our GitHub organization, our community.
Oh, wow.
We have opened some repositories for this Hacktoberfest, and like I do code, you can write whatever the data structures or algorithms in JavaScript, and we have a particular algorithm collections repository as well. if you are good at data structures and algorithms, whatever the language you prefer, you can fork this repository as we did in the demo. Just fork this repository and add your contributions and send a PR to us. We will add this Hacktoberfest accepted label for you, but it should be a valid PR. You don't just add your names and send us a PR. So let's make these repos more valuable. And this is our website. So we are using Angular framework for our website, and if there are any Angular contributors, Angular developers, you can. There are some issues in our website. You can navigate to this and see. So if you're able to fix that, go ahead and do and send a PR for us. We can add this label for you. And I missed a question. One guy asked, can you explain more about GitHub Actions? So GitHub Action is like a workflow for your cloud. Here, our website is also using GitHub Actions. So this is an Angular application. Once any push operations happen to this repository, we are using these third-party checkouts scripts to build the Angular applications. If this is the developer who is made this scripts, so once we push any new changes to the project, it will be automatically built and deployed to the GitHub pages. So you can there are some templates out there for the GitHub Actions. So if you go to this Actions tab and click on New Workflow, there are some templates for Node applications and Python. You can use this template to deploy to Azure Cloud and AWS, so Ruby, .NET, lot of templates out there. You can use your own templates as well. And some repositories we had started recently, and it is boilerplate. Yeah, and it is React with TypeScript. And Chamath, can you give an explanation about this?
Actually, usually everyone is doing React with JS, but you can use TypeScript instead of JavaScript. And we have another repository called Node.ts boilerplate. Actually, this idea from this is one of idea from Dilum. Dilum, can you explain our plan?
Okay, the boilerplates. Okay, so it's like this. So before we start any project, always there's like most of the projects are starting from the hello world experience, right? You, me, anyone who's new to programming, what they do is like, if you're on Java, if you are trying to learn Python, we go ahead and having this hello world kind of a template. But when it comes to Node.js or Flutter projects or mobile project, it's we have a sort of a way we structure the things. Like let's say if you are in the industry standard, like we can't have files here and there as a beginner. But if we can have the boilerplate idea is something like this, where we going to create couple of projects which has the what do you call generic project structure. It's like you can search a bit on Google, and you can Google and find more details. You can read articles. If there's a Node.js project, what's the proper structure for a Node.js project? So if it is a Go backend, what is the structure for a Go backend? And those kind of things. So why we are creating this is, if there's a person who needs to go with the industry standard, and who like just not want to create folders and add files, who needs to make sure what is the Git ignore for a Node.js project, and those kind of things. Like he doesn't have to worry about that. He can simply fork this project and go ahead and create, like go ahead and do whatever he wants to do with his own project. So that's the idea. So we have created a couple of projects like for React.js, React, and some of there was Node, React, and yeah. So now we have Node and React. So you can create, you can send your contributions. You can when you are sending your contribution, make sure that you, if there's any mismatching things, like if you have any concerns why you create, like why you followed this particular structure, have those PR description, so we can understand from what perspective you set this structure as a boilerplate. some of anything else that I missed?
Yeah, and in our organization we have this type of repositories. If you are not familiar with these technologies, you can go ahead and search Hacktoberfest hashtags in GitHub search here, and you will find a lot of repositories which are open for the Hacktoberfest competitions. And I guess you NSBM FOSS committee should have the GitHub organizations, and you might have some repos there, right? So you go ahead and contribute your projects and ask request for a review, and ask your author to add this Hacktoberfest accepted label to your pull request. And also I have opened one repo of mine for this Hacktoberfest. If you are a Flutter developer, you can contribute to this my repo. This is just a collection of Flutter user interfaces. So for this repository, and if you have any beautiful Flutter user interfaces, just create a mockup like this, and add to my repo and send a pull request. So that's all from my end. Any questions, guys?
Yeah, we have one question from Pasan Anuttara in the chat. What is mature in count? Is it what is nature, Pasan, or what is mature in countdown the Hacktoberfest profile page? I didn't get your question. Okay. Right here below my journey to Google. I'm not working at Google or anything. I just work with me. It was like Ismail participated. I've been back in. I would say Ismail is the first Git campus expert in Sri Lanka. So he was a very good friend to me. So he was always telling me that there's open source hackathons, events. Even Padmal participated in there. Something called FOSS Asia. It's organization, open source organization. So I got to hear that about that particular event and particular what do you call summit. So I applied it from my first year onwards. I think from my second year, first year onwards, I applied. Once I got rejected, but I think in my third year I got accepted for FOSS Asia to speak about Flutter. That was the like very beginning time of Flutter technology. So I went there and spoke, and with the good help of Shafras Rahim, we got the chance to go and visit everyone who went for that FOSS Asia summit from Sri Lanka. As speakers, we got a chance to go and visit Google headquarters, Asia Pacific headquarters in Singapore. So that's the journey. That's actually that's where we took pictures, and we got the main motivation behind this is we got all these opportunities because of the contribution we had for open source communities and open source projects. Yeah, will any girl accept PR? So, what do you mean? Will any girl accept PR? There's no gender
Restrictions.
Yes, there's no gender restrictions actually. In the open source community, it's up to anyone. It's actually in the code of conduct. There should we should not concern by the gender or any kind of racism. Anything should not be there, because we think everyone is equal. Because if you know the technology, if you are happy to help, it's what you should have. Isru, I think you have something. I saw your face like you are going to talk. Anything? Okay.
So
No,
let me
no,
repeat this
actually,
after something else.
I also had.
Also, there's no.
I was trying to understand that question, so sorry, I
got
couldn't.
the question, but I can't specifically say what you're asking. But it's like this. If you are a girl or a boy, we don't care that. If your contribution is really good, that's what we care, because that's what all care. If you go to Google or any company, or if you have gone through any of the open source code of conducts, you will get that feeling. They are not considering whether you are a beautiful girl or you are a handsome boy. What really matters is your contribution and your eager to help others. Eagerness to help others. That's from my end. Anyone else? Padma, you were silent for the whole session. Anything else about this? Will any girl accept PRP?
Pasan is asking the question.
The review period in the Hacktoberfest profile.
Okay, I got the question. The countdown in the Hacktoberfest profile page. That is right. Okay, that is yes, exactly. Review period. it will be 12 days. It will start countdown from the 12 days or 14 days. So you can get highlighted like 2 or 4 pull requests completed. But after the period, that is like a second confirmation, your pull request is valid. That is that countdown.
Okay, nice to see we have ha from Mubarak, and at least put something like that.
Okay, any questions, guys? Because we have to wind up the session, and
I'm happy to see still we have 100 audience. No one has
yeah.
left. We had around 120, I guess, and a couple of people left. We can assume like
I want the
yes.
Surprise. Why are you silent?
no.
If you guys have any questions, even after the session, you
Yes.
you folks can ping us. You guys can send us a message via maybe Facebook or WhatsApp. No matter, right?
Yes, yes. You all can see my screen, no? I'm presenting, right?
No.
No.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'll like you might be interested what are these communities, like there was a name called Dev. I would like to give a small like introduction to that. Dev is kind of a community. Let's say you go like now you can see, right? Safnad?
It's getting low.
Okay. Can you see the Dev thing? Like I'm in the Dev side. So if you all can see.
Not yet.
It's still loading.
Okay, then okay, that's okay. You just go to this particular website. I'll drop the link in the chat. I dropped, I think. It's kind of a cool community where you can see a lot of articles from the original developers related to the technologies, and yeah.
There is a question below.
Have to be a campus expert. I already dropped the link in the very beginning of the chat. It's all about GitHub Education. GitHub has a like sub. How do we say? GitHub has a sub. Let's say I don't know how to explain it, but there's something called GitHub Education, which is relevant to GitHub. It's inside the GitHub, and which more focusing on the education side of students and open source contributions and helping open source organizations, communities, those kind of things. So go to GitHub Education, just Google on GitHub Education. There's a, like if you go to GitHub Education, there's something called GitHub Education Pack. Then there's something called GitHub Campus Expert Program. Even if you want to find a Campus Expert Program, expert from any other country, you have a map. You can search by name or you can search by country and you can find out them. So it's kind of a program where the GitHub is more focusing on people who have the potential to build communities, open source communities. So they give kind of a support, monetary support, as well as they're backing up you to go and create your communities and share your knowledge and to motivate other people to contribute more towards this open source. So in addition to that, this GitHub Education have this GitHub Campus Expert program is kind of a program where you have to complete a couple of modules, and after you completing those modules, you will be having a short interview with one of the program managers, and then they will announce you, if you are eligible, they will announce you as a GitHub Campus Expert.
Actually, we need more campus expert for our country, guys, because
yes,
6 T3 guys got passed out. So there are no more campus guys, and I'm in final year. So we encourage you everyone to apply for this program and get selected for this. And as you said, Dylan, we have Amir's quick session on GitHub Student Developer Pack. So Amir, can you carry on?
Hi. Can you hear me all?
Yeah, Machan.
Yeah, we can hear.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Actually, we should say that there are a lot of network problems happening around, like because of raining, and Isuru and Padmal is joining from another country. Even Amila is joining from, I think, from the university.
Badul.
So thanks for
But,
being such good audience. And now we can see Amila.
okay, I'll do this session quickly because I think it's time has passed. Our time has passed. So I'm about to tell you about GitHub Student Developer Pack. So I'm Amila Buigunaratne. I'm from Sabaragam University of Sri Lanka, and I'm still an undergraduate of Department of Computer and Information Systems, and also I'm a GitHub campus expert and a former trainee software engineer at research for Center for Research and Development, Ministry of Defense, and also an academic ambassador at UNDP Sri Lanka. So why student developer pack is needed to? The student developer pack is like a gift which is presented by GitHub for students. Actually, this is an opportunity for you all because this is a more valuable thing. If you have a 1 day work with imagine you have a 1 day work, and with GitHub student developer pack, you can end it up with 2 or 3 hours, and also you can accelerate your skills in this industry. Since we all are students, we cannot buy software tools and other things, tools, the sessions and other courses. So GitHub is a collaborative platform as well as a version controllers. So they are helping students in more ways. So GitHub student package for all of his students. So it offers students free access to some of best developer tools and training in the industry. So as an example, we can get Namecheap and Unity. So with GitHub student developer pack, we can get a domain name from Namecheap, which will cost approximately $9 a year. And also, as another example, we can get a student plan free from Unity, which is the best and trending game development platform in the world. So GitHub maintain partnership with this company, not only Namecheap and Unity. There are more hundreds of other companies. So they collaborate with these companies and provide the students based platform to educate and also to collaborate in teamworks. And I have they have categorized some the student developer pack tools in these displayed areas: cloud, game development, design, productivity, security. You can view it in the GitHub Education site. So as some example for cloud, they have given AWS Educate, Microsoft Azure, Heroku. As develop tools, they have GitHub. GitHub means they are providing pro versions. We can upgrade to pro version with the GitHub developer pack. So there are benefits. It has benefits like we can create unlimited private repositories and other things, and also Bootstrap Studio they are free. So as some design tools cannot typeform, and typeform is like for research purposes, surveying and other things. So I can show you the developer pack tools. I think you can see me, right?
Yeah.
The link. So you can
Yeah, we
directly
can.
go to link education.github.com pack. So you can view the whole package details. So we have subscribe this package. So if you want to subscribe this package, you just click this get your pack. So some hello.
Yes, you are audible, Amila.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Go
hear
on.
you.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there will be some eligibility criteria. So I will tell it at last. So you can view all tools and courses under each category. You can see cloud tools, and they are providing us digital and educational, and so also they are supporting for entrepreneurs and startups. Um, so these are tools that measure productivity and others. You can view one by one, and they are providing details what are benefits you can get from if you are subscribed to this tool. Free application including minor updates and things. So you can subscribe to some courses to learn. Um, you have been that previously I think we had questions how to subscribe to Campus Expert program. So you can subscribe from here and some courses there, and some developer tools. This is for some example. You can view it by going to education.github.com, and also this time the presenting which is given by GitHub developer pack. Uh, so the eligibility for the GitHub student developer pack is you must age 13. I think all of in this session are about 13, and also you should have a valid student identification card which is provided by the university. So you must have a clear scan copy of it, and also you must have uh, enrolled in a degree or diploma program. So I think this is the eligibility criteria. Uh, so the important note is it is that the into 2020 update they have estimated that the GitHub developer pack include worth more than 200 k dollars. It is $200,000. Approximately, it is 370 million rupees. So this is an opportunity for all US. So we have noticed that the Sri Lankan students are not very well aware about this GitHub student developer pack. So we have decided to uh, do some sessions on it, and that's it. So you can go to directly go to the education.github.com and claim your student developer pack. So there's a form, and you must have a valid student email address which is provided by the university. The student email should be given to you by the university. You cannot subscribe the student developer pack with your normal uh, email address. You must have a student email address which represents your university, and so okay, you can add it as secondary email for your GitHub account. And after claiming the GitHub Education pack, you must verify your uh, university email, and you must provide details such as the ID copy, scan ID copy, and your details. So they are going for a verification process. It may from 1 week to 2 months or 3 months. But if you have valid student email address and also your valid ID card, there is more 99% chance of having you are eligible for, you are having the student developer pack. So we are encouraging you to get subscribe for that because it's totally free for all of students, and use this opportunity and accelerate your skills to in the industry. So thank you. You can contact me in every time from Facebook or email. I mentioned, or phone number. I mentioned my phone number. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, great, Amila. And I know that NSPM campus have students' email ID, right? So I know I have some of friends there, and that is the power of your campus email address, because no one gonna give you 370 million worth of products. So GitHub provides that for your campus email ID. So go ahead today and apply for this pack, and probably after a week you will get approved if you have the valid campus expert. Sorry, campus emails.
I have a question. Is there anyone who have subscribed the student developer pack in the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you using it? Then you are mute.
Yeah, I think
And also, guys,
it has
always
about
don't
25.
try to.
Yeah.
And also, guys, don't try to sell your student pack benefits to others, because you will get banned by GitHub.
Yeah.
Yes. We should clearly mention that all these things comes to you because to encourage you and motivate you to go and contribute more and complete your degree programs as a student. It's kind of a help that GitHub and all these other companies are giving you. Even JetBrains has this student stuff. Like companies are giving this to motivate you and encourage you to finish your degree and to become a better person to the community, not to sell and find some bugs or earn some bugs. So that can cost you a lifetime
Yeah,
ban or a ban.
actually,
Your
Yeah,
entire university.
I think GitHub is encouraging us through the campus expert whole program for community, for building up communities, right? Am I right? So they are always saying that don't go individual and
Yeah.
set as groups and contributing all of the time. So student developer pack is as same. So they are encouraging you to do some work together, not individually. And so we must say that as is GitHub campus experts, you all must have should contribute to your communities, right? Not only doing your developer stuffs individually. you must have go through group sessions and other things. So I must special thank for the first NSBM for giving this opportunity, and they are very active community, right? Am I right, Dilu?
Yes. So what do you mean by what I think what Amila meant by this community? It's something like that. It's more easier if your classmate or the අපි කියන්නේ බංකුවේ අනිත් පැත්තේ ඉන්න එක්කෙනා. So the other person who's next to you doesn't know about GitHub, teach him. That's the very first thing that you can do. Help him to go through GitHub, and if your best friend is not participating in Hacktoberfest this year, help him to complete Hacktoberfest. That's how we can support each other, and we can make these communities a better place to help each other and motivate to do great things. So yeah, shall we wrap up the session, guys? It's like almost 2 hours. If we all good, and you can see a couple of things are there about GitHub Universe, and Padmal has dropped the GitHub student pack link, and yeah, so a couple of links are there in the session. We won't end the session for another 10 minutes or 5 minutes, so you can copy down and you can jot down these links. So yeah, if you have any questions, don't be shy, just shoot those questions to any one of us, Isuru, Padmal, myself, including Samod, Safnaz and Amila. So even you can reach out to them personally and ask, I have to become a campus expert. I am in the middle of the campus expert program. If you have any questions, just shoot, even if it is related to technologies, because these people have connections with the other I would say the contributors to the community, so they can connect you with them. So yeah, as a summary, shall we wrap up? Safna, Jisuru, Padmal, Amila, if we are good to wrap up.
And they have some questions too.
Can you mention a good platform to build a dynamic website? I think I'm more into mobile. Isuru, Safna's
But
dynamic website.
Yeah, there are different kind of dynamic website. First thing you start building
I
from
think it
scratch.
depends.
Yeah. If it is GitHub pages, you can't host the dynamic websites there, but there is a possibility with Ruby framework, Ruby language. By using Ruby Rails, you can create the dynamic site in GitHub pages. But in dynamic site, there are several characters.
Even using Jekyll.
Yeah, Jekyll.
Even
yeah.
using Jekyll, you can.
Yeah. And dynamic website, you can use any programming language that you prefer. If it is a Node.js or PHP, Java, you can use any language that you're comfortable, or you can go like a CMS like WordPress or Bloggers, Joomla. Hope you got the answer. Okay.
Yes, clear. Any questions? Any main questions? Okay, also there's something called, I forgot to share. If you are more interested in raising questions to technology specific, try Github. Like if you are up to, sorry, I dropped the, it's a chat tab for all the open source repositories. Normally, if there's open source organizations, there's a Github channel most of the times. So you can go there and directly chat to the authors or the maintainers of that project. So that's also a very good start if you are planning to take part in Google Summer of Code or Google Coding or any other this open source related discussions. So you can directly go and talk to them it's more sort of a chat tab. So I don't know whether it has a video call or anything. It doesn't have call option, I think. So so you can chat to them and ask your technology related questions. Yes, anything we missed? Isuru, Padmal, Chamod, Amila, Safnaz. If we missed anything, we can share, or else we can wrap up the session.
We have done our end.
Yeah, no, I think yeah, we covered everything. Padmal, do you have anything to add?
No, I think we touched everything we have to do. Maybe we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, so since we are good, like on our end, on behalf of all the GitHub campus experts, we should sincerely thank NSBM for having being with us from the beginning to organize this Hacktoberfest event, Git sessions, and also Software Freedom Day. Those kind of really cool events to help the open source community and the motivate people who are trying to get start with open source. So I think every one of us have done at least one session at NSBM related to this Git and GitHub related technologies and stuff. So for this event, we got the support from NSBM FOSS community as well as a couple of people who was in touch with us from the beginning. Sakunta, Nara, and Harindu this
Harindu.
year. Yes, I'm just telling names.
Is Nara here?
No idea. So Sachinta, so those are the people. Guan Ranganath from the beginning, very beginning. Amila, those kind of people. So thank you very much for helping us to come up with this kind of great events, and always thank to share our thoughts with the other people. So anything else that you all want to?
And the best thing is we have 100 plus participants throughout
Yes.
this session. Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
And even at the end, we have 89. That's the spirit. So I need to see these 89 people or the 120 people who joined the session to complete that completing purpose. That's the thing behind this event. We just come online because we want you to go and contribute and complete this Hacktoberfest and take part in other open source events. Yeah. So before, I don't know whether NSPM, the organizing team, has any plans. Amanda,
Yeah, I'm going to ring a line for better. So we think මම හිතන්නේ 6 දෙනාම විතර එකපාර එන්නද මම හිතන්නේ ඉවෙන්ට් එකකදී පළවෙනි පාර එන්නේ ඒක අපිට ලොකු එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් වුණා එකක් වුණා කට්ටියක් බලනවා කියන්නේ ස්පීක් අප්ඩේට්ස් දාන කට්ටියක් බලලා ෂාවර් වෙන්නේ සයන ලොකු මහන්සිය කියලා තිබ්බා ඊයලත් ඇත්තටම අපිට ඕගනයිසේෂන් කියන්නේ ඇජෙන්ඩා එක පැත්තෙන් එහෙම බලන්න දෙයක් තිබුණේ ඊයල කට්ටිය සයන ප්ලෑන් කරලා සයන දෙයක් කරලා තිබ්බා thanks for everything මම හිතන්නේ අපි ප්ලෑන් කරන් හිටියත් තමයි මේ ෆිසිකල් ඉවෙන්ට් එක අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ පාර කරන්න. මොකද කට්ටියට ගොඩක් අපේ අලුත් බැච් එකට එහෙම ජෙට් එහෙම කරන්න බැරි වුණා. අවසානට ඉතින් ෆිසිකල් ඉවෙන්ට් එක ඔන්ලයින් කරන්නට උනා. මේ thank you හැම දෙයකටම මේ අපේ අමන්දලා ඇස්තිලා ඉන්න පොඩි thank you එකක් කරන්න. අමන්ද ඉන්නව නේද?
Yes, අයියේ okay
ඔක්කොටම කලින් පරිස්සමෙන් ඉන්න මේ දවස්වල ඒක කියන්න අමතකුණා.
Okay, Ayala, thank you so much. And as Haridaya mentioned, it's very special having all the GitHub campus experts of Sri Lanka in one session, and it means a lot to us. And on behalf of the FOSS and SBM community, I would like to give a huge thank to all the GitHub campus experts, Dilem De Silvaya, Isru Abbewadanaya, Chamod Shahankaya, Ahmed Sapnajaya, Amila Gunaratnaya, and Padmalaya. Your sessions are really important, and we learned a lot. We learned a lot, and thank you so much for it. And also, I would like to give a huge thank to the 100+ audience we had today, and especially it's really interesting that more than 80 people are still here with us. And before we wrap up the session, I have a kind request for our audience. Even after October, after the Hacktoberfest is over, please keep contributing to the open source projects, as that's what keeps the open source community going. So with that, let's wrap up the session with the hopes of meeting again with another valuable event. So good night, everyone, and stay safe.
Stay safe, guys. See ya.
Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
See you. Good night.
Good night.
හරිදු event එක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙලා තියන්න මේ කට්ටිය leave වුණාට if anyone wants to copy links from the chat.
Okay, thanks. We'll keep.